welcome to our channel. In this session, we will discuss the concept of validation in JavaScript. What is mean by validation? Simply verifying the correctness of the input data. Suppose you are filling a web form. So in the time of web form, I am filled with some data. So the verification, that is whether you entered the correct data or not, that verification is called validation. Remember, the validation is done in two ways, either client side validation or server side validation. So client side validation means we are verifying in the browser before sending the information to the server. What are the different validation techniques? Remember, not only these five, you have multiple validation techniques. So the first one, required field validation. What is the meaning of required field? Means suppose while filling the application, some message, some boxes with a star. That means you need to fill the form compulsory. That field is compulsory. So if you are not filling, it displays some warning messages like you. Data format validation. That means you need to follow the predefined format. That means phone number must be numbers only. It doesn't consist of any alphabets. Email address, it consists of suppose at the rate symbol. So specific pattern you need to follow. Length validation. Suppose I fixed the length of text box is 10. Means you need to enter a maximum of 10 characters. Or else phone number, the maximum length of phone number is 10. If you entered more than 10 or less than 10, it gives warning. Range validation, I am giving some ranges. You need to enter the value within this input range only. If it crosses the range, that means I am enter the field age. If you entered age 150, so it is invalid. So you given the range from 0 to 100 only. Now comparison. Suppose I given the password and confirming password. Check whether the both match or not. Suppose I given the account number 2 times. Got my point? So different ways of validations are available. Now I will show you multiple types of validations with some examples. Now, what is the my first step? My first step is I am creating one form. Why is the need of form? The form purpose is for input data only. So we are given the input. So what are the inputs you want? You can write down inputs. Input type is equal to some text. ID is equal to some name. So ID just for validation purpose you are using the ID. So name is one field. Name is one field. Right now I need only one field. Other than that I doesn't need anything. Now I will write down one more thing. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to submit. Clear? Now, what happened here? One field name is there. After that, one submit button is there. Suppose if you are not filled the form, save. First, I will execute step by step, analyze carefully. So, name is there. So, I entered my name. Click on submit. Anyway, happened successfully. Refresh. Back. Now, if I doesn't enter any value, submit, what happened? Everything verifies whether you enter the value or not enter the value, it is taken by clicking on submit button. Now, further to provide validation, what I am doing? I am doing one event on submit. That means whenever you click on submit button, whatever you write in the right hand side is executed. Here, what I am doing, I write some return statement followed by some function. Now, meaning is whenever you click on submit, it returns this one. That means you are calling the function on submit. So, what I am doing right now, I will write some script tag. You got my point? Whenever you click on submit, we are calling the function. Within that function, we are verifying whether you entered the data or not. Whether you entered the data or not. Suppose function. What is the name of the function? Validate form. Now, constant, some name is equal to document dot get element by ID of name. What is the meaning of this one? Document dot get element by ID of name. That is, in this document, we are getting the tag whose ID is equal to name. What is the tag? Input tag. So here input tag dot value. The meaning is up to this one, you are getting the input tag dot value, in the sense the value that is present in the input, that is assigned to some variable name, that is assigned to some variable name. If name is equal to empty, means I am writing some alert message. Alert, name is empty. Now you got my point. Here, by using this statement, I am retrieving the name from this your text box. I am retrieving the name from the text box. So if name equal to empty, alert to message, I display some alert to message and I return false. Now, once we comes out of the loop, what I return true. Now understand carefully what happened. First, I given this information. After that, whenever I click on submit, I am calling this function. Whenever you call the function, so it retrieves the value that you entered on the text box, that is assigned to this one. If it is empty, means one warning message is displayed false. Otherwise, it returns true. Now evaluate carefully. Back, refresh. Now entered name. I entered some name. Click on submit. So there is no problem here. Now refresh. Without entering anything, I click on submit. See this one? Name is empty. Click on OK. Clear? That is required field validation. Remember, here not only name, whatever the field you want to make compulsory. For that, you need to write the logic like this. You need to write the logic like this. Suppose next I will make email validation. I will make email validation, or else first, before email validation, first I will move to simple thing, password, or else see this one. Click on submit is equal to return validate form of. I am using the same thing. Now what I am doing, suppose I return some message password, input type is equal to password, ID is equal to, remember ID is your wish, whatever the ID you used, here also you need to enter the same ID. So just for understanding purpose, here at a time I am doing two things. What is my thing? Confirm password is also input type is equal to password and my ID is equal to CNF. To avoid the difference between these two, I am changing the ID. So input type is equal to submit. Till now, no doubts. So simply I am creating two passwords. Simply I am creating two passwords. Now constant some pwd is equal to document dot get element by ID of password. So I am retrieving the value with ID password. That is, first entered password is stored in pwd. Copy. Now, here I will write down some C. Here, what? Sorry. Here, what is my ID? CNF password. So, second, I am retrieving the value from here. Now, different conditions I will check. The first condition, the length password, that is here, check this one. If password, that means pwd, whatever the value I get, pwd dot length is sub less than 8. Suppose I assume minimum 8 characters are required. Suppose if pwd length, that is the length of password, is less than 10, I am display some message. Your password length is less than 8. You can write any type of messages. return false. Close the if statement. Close the if statement. Save. Parallelly, if you want, you can write one more if condition. What is that if condition? For matching purpose. Before that, I will execute only this one. Password. Suppose I given password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Click on submit. So there is no problem. Yes or no? Now I will execute 1, 2, 3, 4. Your password length is less than 8. You got it? Now back, refresh, copy the path. Now password, I given the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here I given the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 7. The passwords are changed, submit, but observe no error is there. For that, I will add the logic. So first, what is the logic I return? Only length. Now what I am doing? If PWD is not equal to CPWD, if it is not equal, then I am display some alert message mismatch. Now go to here. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here I changed the password. Click on submit. You are getting the message mismatch. This is password matching validation. At the same time, we are doing length. We are doing length validation. Clear? Now move to another one. Email validation. I think you observe the entire procedure is same. Suppose click on submit, return validate. Instead of I used the statement email. I used here email validation. What is the type of input? Email is also text to type. ID, I given some ID is equal to email. Input type is equal to submit. Clear? The same procedure, validate form of. So instead of PWD, I used the name, variable name is constant name is your wish. Email. Okay. Till now, there is no confusion. Simply this email consists of whatever the email I entered. Now the thing is, you need to check the email with the pattern. That is, it follows at the rate. Only two dots are available. Suppose three dots are placed. Other than dot, if any numbers are this, whatever it is, for each and every email, some pattern is there. First, I will write down the pattern. Suppose pattern is equal to, I will write down the pattern. How do you write down the pattern? Slash power ends with slash. Slash power ends with slash. Means any. This slash, this specifies any. Power specifies any. Now open this bracket. So matching purpose, we are opening this bracket. Here, whatever you want, you can write slash at the rate. It specifies any character. At the rate symbol is there. At the rate symbol is there. Plus at the rate. From this again you are retrieving the value. Same power slash yes at the rate. Observe almost everything is same. Power slash yes at the rate. Anyway, how do you write the pattern? We discussed in one more video. So power slash yes at the rate plus means concatenation. Here you are writing at the rate outside means that is printed compulsory. Within this one optional, that is printed compulsory. Plus, sorry, once we comes out plus one dot is there. Yes or no? One dot is there. Again, you are writing the same things. Power slash yes at the rate plus dollar. The dollar specifies the end. Dollar specify the end. Now the remaining procedure is same. What is the procedure? if compare the email and the pattern. Why I'm checking if pattern dot text to one method is there. Observe for regular expression testing purpose email. So if it is not equal, you have some alert message. You have some alert message. Enter valid email. Enter valid email. Simply return false. Once you comes out, return true. Save. Now go to here. So email is there. Suppose if I enter the email, click on submit. Observe there is no problem. Observe no problem. Now what I am doing? Suppose I removed at the rate, click on submit. See this one, you need to enter a valid email address. Valid email address. Clear? This is the next one. Till now, what we discussed, required field validation is there, password length and confirm matching password. Even for that, you can write account to account and email testing. Now, we will write one more thing. Numeric value validation means, suppose phone number, you must and should enter the numeric. Suppose already phone number is written. I will write down is input type is equal to text to I given ID as age. Now coming to here, I used the word age. This is not at all required. Here what I am writing, just to check whether you entered is a number or not. For that, you have a predefined NaN. Is NaN means is not a number of age. That means is age is not a number means the condition is true. If the condition is true means enter, I written some message, enter a valid number. Refresh, age 3, submit, there is no problem. Now age back. Now refresh, I given other than number, age, click on submit, enter a valid number. Oh, sorry, yes. So here it is not executed. Please check that one. Is here. This is the problem. I forgot to change. What is my ID? My ID is age only. Yes or no? Refresh. I entered a age 5. Click on submit. That is valid. Now I entered a age some Q. Click on submit. It prints some message. Enter a valid number. Enter a valid number. Like this, you can write many type of validation. You can write any type of validation. Suppose date validation is there. That means it needs to follow. So I will explain last one more thing. Suppose input type is equal to date. One type date is there. Suppose I will give ID is equal to age. Here, something, the message is date. Okay, how to write? Here, constant, some age is equal to, instead of age, constant from select date is equal to document dot get element by ID of date dot value. Now, here I will write down one more thing. Constant, suppose current date is equal to new date of, it automatically takes the date from your system. Now, what is my thing? You understand my point? So, always your date is current date or less than current date or greater than current date. I am checking that condition. Suppose select date is less than current date. Select date is less than collect date. So I will write down some message. Please enter a future date. Like this. Now refresh. Observe. Automatically date is available. If I am selecting date like this, click on submit. There is no problem, right? There is no problem. Now here select a date, previous date. So observe, right now there is no problem. Why? Here what I written, ID is equal to date, everything is same, dot value, Here, everything is same. But what is the problem here? For this, you need to follow a different way. That means you are not getting the text that we entered. Here, you need to get the value in the form of date. For that, you need to write like this. New data of everything is written. You understand? Here, how do you get the current date? In the form of same selected date. Now, see, previous date is selected. Click on submit. Please enter a future date. Everyone clear? Like this, you can do some checkbox validation, or else you can do some custom validation also. Whatever. Suppose variable length less than 5. Whatever you want, you can do any type of validations. Generally, at the last, different validations. From HTML5, we have predefined validation attributes. I think everyone know. Suppose at the time of this one, if I used required, automatically the field is required. Suppose if I given min length, minimum length of name is 5. Compulsory this is required. But where this validation, matching purpose, this is not suitable. Here for the required field and for ranging, these are required, useful. So for password and confirm password for matching purpose, these are not at all useful. Okay. Anyway, you can use the predefined along with the customized one. That's the end of validation. Thank you.